Joining us is Paul Henderson, Chief Minister of the Northern Territory Government. Chief Minister, welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Nigel. It's great to be here.
Chief Minister, with crude oil passing $130 a barrel, natural gas as a cheap alternative energy source is a hot topic these days. This must be good news for Darwin, which you're pushing as a liquid natural gas hub.
Well, I wouldn't say it's good news for the Northern Territory. We're, the furthest removed capital city from the rest of Australia, so high oil prices certainly does affect our economy. But in terms of developing oil and gas fields in the Timor Sea, the Bonaparte Gulf, in the region, yes, it is very interesting and exciting times for the Northern Territory. The Ichthys field has just been re-evaluated to have 500 million barrels of condensate along with 13 trillion cubic feet of gas. So getting these types of projects to Darwin are very important for my government, and that's why we're going after the IMPEX project as hard as we possibly can.
You already have one plant processing Timor Sea gas for export. How important is gas processing to the Northern Territory economy?
It's very important to our economy because, as well as the capital investment and the ongoing jobs that the Wickham Point LNG project has created, it really sparked significant confidence in the Northern Territory economy and Darwin's economy, and led to investment in a number of other economic sectors. So as well as a direct benefit to economy, it also generates confidence for other sectors to invest, and again, that's why we're going after the second LNG plant as hard as we can.
And Chief Minister, why Darwin? Well, what advantages does Darwin have over other Australian centres as a liquid natural gas hub?
Well, Nigel, we're gas ready. We have the only gas ready site in the whole of Northern Australia at Middle Arm. Our proximity to our countries to our north, to China, to India, to Japan, means that the Northern Territory really is the only site in Northern Australia that investors can come to tomorrow. We have a site, we're a capital city, we have a capital city infrastructure, and we've already delivered one project on time and on budget, and I'm confident we can deliver more.
And what initiatives are you taking to excite more interest in Darwin as a gas processing centre, and what's been the response?
Well, we've very actively been out chasing the major companies who are looking to develop LNG projects in Australia. We have a one-stop shop within the Chief Minister's Department of major projects that companies can deal with, so they don't have the runaround of government agencies, and we're a can-do government. So all of those things mean that there's a lot of interest in doing business in the Northern Territory. Darwin LNG, ConocoPhillips have approvals to go from 3 million tonnes per annum production to 10 million tonnes. We're obviously talking very closely with Woodside and would like to see Sunrise brought onshore to Darwin, as well as chasing IMPEX as hard as we possibly can to see their project brought to Darwin. So a can-do government, a gas-ready site, we're open for business, and we're promoting Darwin as a place to invest.
Very exciting, Chief Minister, but the liquid natural gas industry says that, or some sections of it say, the export bubble could burst if investors are forced to comply with an emissions trading scheme and are calling for exemptions for new investment in big emitting export industries. Can you understand their view, and what's your position?
Climate change is certainly one of the most important environmental and economic challenges facing Australia and the world. That's why we've got to get the science right, and we've got to get the economics right. At the moment, we're undergoing community and public consultation in the Northern Territory to develop our own climate change policy. Obviously, that has to sit with the Australian government policy. But as Chief Minister, I'm determined to see the economics of any decisions being in the best interest of Australia and the Northern Territory, as well as getting the best environmental outcomes, and that policy work's being done at the moment.
Chief Minister, given the advantages of natural gas, it's abundant and cheap, it has less greenhouse emissions than coal and oil, and the technology is proven, do you see its use one day extended widely to motor vehicles? Motorists are fed up with escalating petrol prices.
Well, again, in terms of Australia's energy market, we have a deregulated energy market, and certainly the economics are going to drive decisions about what technology we're going to invest in the future, and that would be the same with motor vehicles. And you know, if the economics are right to run motor vehicles on gas as opposed to hydrocarbons and petrochemicals, then obviously that's going to be the path that that industry goes down. And of course, if there's better environmental outcomes, that can only be a benefit as well.
Would you run your car on natural gas if it were possible to do so?
Again, like every household, we run on a budget, so if it was economically feasible to do so, yes, I would.
Chief Minister, do you see the Northern Territory benefiting from a bigger national take-up of LNG?
I think that, again, we've got to have a good long look at Australia's energy needs into the future. Certainly, it's an exciting time for the Northern Territory. I've just come back from a major to Japan and China, and certainly in China, where 80% of China's electricity production is from dirty brown coal from Anhui province. They're looking to have more nuclear power, more LNG produced electricity, and that can only benefit the Northern Territory's economy. And certainly Australia, most of our power generation is coal-fired, and certainly unless they get clean coal right, unless they get carbon sequestration right, I think that LNG will be a very viable option for Australia into the future.
Chief Minister, the Northern Territory Government is an event partner for SEAAOC, the annual offshore oil and gas forum in Darwin in July. What's your message for delegates?
My message to the delegates would be a vision. This government, my government, has a vision for Darwin to be the oil and gas service and supply industry hub for Northern Australia into the region. We're also a site that is gas ready for further LNG developments, and the Northern Territory is open for business, and we're a can-do government that will provide a one-stop shop to facilitate it. I look forward to meeting with delegates in July and certainly promoting to those delegates we're open for business.
And I'm sure delegates are looking forward to seeing you there also. Chief Minister, it's been great talking to you, and we'll see you at the conference.
Thank you, Nigel.
Thank you. For more information about SEAAOC, visit www.seaaoc.com/vid.htm.